What if I told you that in some of the world's most Islamic nations, something unexpected is happening? While headlines scream about religious tensions, a quiet revolution is unfolding behind closed doors. In 2026, millions are making a choice that could cost them everything. Their families, their freedom, even their lives. This is the story you're not hearing on the news. Stay with me for the next 10 minutes because what's happening in these 7 countries is rewriting the future of faith. Let me paint you a picture. Between 2010 and 2025, something unprecedented happened. While global Muslim populations grew by 347 million, the largest increase of any faith, Christianity added 130 million more believers than expected. But here's where it gets fascinating. The real story isn't happening in America or Europe. It's happening in places where converting to Christianity is illegal, where a simple baptism could mean prison, where carrying a Bible could get you killed. And yet people are converting, not in dozens, not in hundreds, in millions. Tonight we're diving into 7 Islamic nations where Christianity isn't just surviving, it's thriving. And the numbers will shock you. Country number 1. Iran. And this one will blow your mind. Iran isn't just seeing Christian growth. According to scholars, it's experiencing the highest rate of Christianization in the world. Let that sink in. Iran, the Islamic Republic, ground zero for this movement. Estimates suggest that between 1 and 3 million Iranians, former Muslims, have converted to Christianity. Most are evangelicals, worshipping in secret house churches, hidden from the government that would imprison them. Why are they risking everything? Converts describe finding hope and freedom in Christianity's message, something they couldn't find under Iran's strict interpretation of Islam. They're learning about faith through smuggled Bibles, encrypted messages, and underground networks that would make any spy thriller jealous. The Iranian government knows it's happening. They've increased surveillance, conducted raids, even executed pastors. But it hasn't stopped. In fact, it's accelerating. Country number 2 takes us to Southeast Asia, Indonesia. Now you might be thinking, wait, isn't Indonesia the world's largest Muslim nation? You're right, it is. Over 240 million Muslims live there. But here's the twist. Indonesia also has the largest Christian population in the entire Muslim world, 21 million believers and growing fast. Since the 1960s, between 2 to 2.5 million Indonesians have converted from Islam to Christianity. That's an entire nation's worth of people. What's driving this? Freedom. Indonesia's relatively moderate brand of Islam allows for more religious liberty than most Muslim-majority nations. Add in charismatic evangelical movements, dynamic worship styles, and a message that resonates with young people seeking personal spiritual experiences. Christianity is no longer seen as a foreign religion there. It's becoming distinctly Indonesian, and the movement shows no signs of slowing. Country number 3. Kazakhstan, the Central Asian giant you probably didn't see coming. When the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, there were fewer than 10 ethnic Kazakh Christians. Today, over 6,000, and that's just ethnic Kazakhs. The total Christian population is somewhere between 17 and 25% of the nation, so roughly 3 to 4.5 million people. But here's what makes Kazakhstan's story unique. For centuries, Kazakhs associated Christianity with Russian colonizers. It was considered the enemy's religion. But something changed after independence. Young Kazakhs started encountering Christianity through English camps, humanitarian work, and personal relationships. They discovered a faith that offered them something their folk Islam, a mix of Islamic practice and ancient animistic beliefs, just couldn't provide a personal relationship with God. The backlash? It's real, and it's growing. The government has tightened restrictions. Converts face persecution from families who see their choice as betrayal. Some are locked up by their own relatives, beaten, or expelled from their communities. But Muksat Sagiev, a church planter, has baptized 29 new believers in just 2 years. Through his network, 57 people have found faith. The tide is turning, even as the pressure increases. Country number 4. Azerbaijan, where Europe meets Asia, and faith is finding new expression. From 1991 to 1999, approximately 5,000 Azerbaijanis converted to various Protestant churches. Many more have followed since then. What makes Azerbaijan fascinating? It's actually one of the most secular Muslim-majority nations. Soviet influence stripped away religious fervor, leaving, well, a spiritual vacuum. In 2017, something historic happened. Behbud Mustafayev became the first ethnic Azerbaijani ordained as a Catholic priest by Pope Francis himself in St. Peter's Basilica. Azerbaijani converts describe Christianity as very compatible with the Azerbaijani way of life. It offers community, purpose, and identity in a nation that's still figuring out its post-Soviet future. And for the first time in 2022, the Cathedral of the Holy Martyrs in Baku recited prayers in Azerbaijani, not Russian, not Armenian, making Christianity feel truly local. Country number 5. Turkey, the bridge between continents and, honestly, the unexpected battleground for souls. Turkey might really shock you. This is Erdogan's Turkey. Islamic identity is on the rise, and political Islam is stronger than it's been in decades. And yet Christianity is actually the fastest growing religion in the country. Why? Disillusionment. Young Turks are watching their government embrace increasingly conservative Islam. They're seeing restrictions on freedoms, and they're questioning the path their nation is taking. For some, Christianity represents an alternative, a way to embrace spirituality without the political baggage they associate with modern Turkish Islam. Converts gather in house churches, meet in secret, and navigate a delicate balance between faith and survival in a society that doesn't always welcome their choice. This isn't mass conversion. It's a trickle that's becoming a stream. Country number 6. Morocco and the Maghreb region, North Africa's hidden transformation. Among the Berber and Kabyle communities, indigenous North Africans, Christianity is experiencing significant growth. Particularly in Algeria, conversion rates are unusually high. These aren't Arab Muslims. These are indigenous peoples who were conquered and converted to Islam centuries ago. Some see Christianity as reclaiming an ancient heritage, returning to the faith that existed in North Africa before Arab conquest. Prominent figures from this movement include writers, activists, and musicians who are openly expressing their Christian faith despite social pressure. The Moroccan government doesn't officially recognize Muslim to Christian conversion. These believers exist in a gray zone, tolerated but not acknowledged, practicing faith in homes and small gatherings. But the community is growing, and with growth comes visibility. With visibility comes risk. Country number 7, Lebanon. Technically a mixed nation, but one where Islamic and Christian populations are shifting dramatically. Lebanon has always been unique, a Middle Eastern nation where Christians held significant power, but decades of war, migration, and higher Muslim birth rates changed the balance. Now, the tide might be shifting again. Economic collapse, political chaos, and the trauma of the Beirut explosion have caused many to question everything, including faith. Some Muslims are exploring Christianity, some Christians are rediscovering theirs. International Christian organizations have flooded Lebanon with humanitarian aid, especially after the 2020 explosion. This presence is building bridges, creating conversations, and yes, leading to conversions. Lebanon remains the most Christian-friendly nation in the Arab world, making it a testing ground for what interfaith coexistence can look like in 2026. So, what does all this mean? Let's zoom out. While Islam remains the fastest-growing religion globally, driven primarily by birth rates, Christianity is experiencing something different, conversional growth in the unlikeliest places. Here's what researchers are finding. First, fertility rates in Muslim-majority countries are plummeting. Iran, Turkey, Indonesia, all seeing dramatic drops. The demographic engine that fueled Islamic growth is slowing. Second, youth disaffiliation from Islam is rising. Young Muslims in Turkey, Iran, and even traditional societies are questioning inherited faith in unprecedented numbers. Third, Christianity's growth in these regions isn't about birth rates, it's about choice. And chosen faith, historians tell us, tends to be more resilient than inherited faith. Could we be witnessing the beginning of a second great transformation of the Middle East and Central Asia? The first brought Islam to these regions. Could this be the early stages of another shift? Or is this a temporary blip, a reaction to political Islam that will fade as governments tighten control and persecution increases? Here's what we know for certain. In 2026, Christianity is growing in Islamic nations where, by all logic, it should be dying. Millions of people are making the hardest choice imaginable, turning their backs on family, culture, and sometimes life itself, to follow a faith they believe offers something better. This isn't a political story. It's not about Western influence or cultural imperialism. This is about individuals encountering something that transforms them so profoundly, they're willing to risk everything. Whether you're religious or not, you have to respect that kind of conviction. The question isn't whether this movement will continue. It's how governments, societies, and religious institutions will respond. Will there be greater freedom or greater persecution? Will this lead to dialogue or to violence? The next decade will answer those questions. If this story surprised you, share it. If it challenged you, comment below. And if you want to learn more about the changing face of global faith, subscribe, because this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.